If you are a real estate agent and you are tired of cold calling, door knocking, paying for ads that flat out don't work, or just tired of not knowing how to generate leads, then this is the channel for you. We are four rockstar agents who have come together to help fellow agents achieve financial freedom as well as location and time freedom. My name is Andy Hollis, along with my partners Aileen Fountain, David Doran, and Tim Hollenden. Together, we have over 50 plus years experience and knowledge in the real estate and sales and training industry, and we are hoping to pass that knowledge on to you. So let's get started.
30 years ago, I got in real estate. Kathy's trying to, I actually got there and you stopped me and said, try to get there. I'm here. So that's totally fine. I don't blame you after what I just did. It was a little crazy. Being normal is boring, by the way.
Yeah.
You know why you don't convert at open houses? Because you're freaking boring. Get on a chair, scream at people, be different, okay? We'll get into that. I don't scream at them, I'm just kidding. But be different. People meet me and they go, who the hell was that? And guess what? I know what it's like to make a couple $100,000 a month from open houses. So I'm going to show you how I made $3.8 million in 1 year from open houses. How I sold 317 homes in 1 year. Well, 427, but 318 were from strangers I met at open houses in 1 year. I'm going to show you how to do things you never dreamed of, okay? So, but back to some of my points, you got to be hungry. You got to want it. Like becoming a listing agent took 2 years of I went to everything. I interrogated people. Same thing. If you want to learn open houses, welcome. Don't let me be the first step. Let me be one of 20 steps. Master the process. So here it is. 30 years ago, I did my first open house. I'm a RE/MAX agent. My mom and dad are 55-year brokers. They work for Coldwell Banker. I didn't have a listing, so I said, hey, can I hold your listing open in Rancho Cordova? They go, yeah. So I go, didn't have any open house signs. I'm new. And by the way, if I was brand new in real estate, if EXP went away and I moved to Phoenix or I moved to Nashville or I moved to wherever, what would you do? What would you do if you parachuted in? You'd start all over. I do open houses. I love them. They're super fun. So I'm going to teach you how I did it. So I didn't have any open house signs. So I said, can I borrow your signs? So I'm a RE/MAX agent doing a Coldwell Banker listing using Coldwell Banker open house signs. I put out like 5 signs, was there for hours and hours and hours. 3 people came through. It was depressing. Good for your prayer life, right? You're like, oh, Jesus, save me. This is so depressing. It's lonely. I'm walking around this empty doggone house. I hate them. Nobody even. I chase people around the house trying to, hey, this is the fridge. This is the family room. This is the backyard. Yeah, we can see that. I don't know what to say. I've never done open houses. And the last couple, man, I'll go there. It was like the end of the day, 4:00, and they were leaving. I followed them out to their car. I go, hey, can I get your name and number? I'd love to look for properties for you, blah, blah, blah. They're like, get in, Jenny, hit it. They like laid rubber out of the court. It was a terrible experience. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to gather their information. So I wrote them off. I didn't do open houses for years. I thought open houses are weird. They're depressing. Yeah, I tried it. Not for me. Tried it once. Then I kind of figured out how to sell real estate. I think I was selling, 18 homes. And my next year I sold 18 using a little 5x7 postcards. That's a whole nother training, but I marketed. I would send out like 5,000 of them and get like 100 people to respond and shift through those. And I sold 18 homes. But back to the open house thing. But I noticed there's this company called John Brooks Realty. Everyone write that down. You should listen, by the way. You should write down things when you hear it. You should if you don't, great ideas are like slippery fish. If you don't stab them with the end of your pen, they get away. So write down the word John Brooks Realty. It's very important to my story. So this 30 years ago, and we were selling bank repo homes in the 90s. Everything you had a mag flashlight because all the homes were boarded up. They were all, the ceilings were caving in. Windows were boarded up. I thought that was normal. That was the market I entered in the 90s, a huge depression nationwide. And so where's I going with that? Oh yeah. So there I am showing HUD homes, and this one company, John Brooks Realty, was beating everybody, beating RE/MAX, Coldwell Banker, and Century 21, and a local huge independent called Lions Real Estate. They had 1,200 agents. So you have these 4 huge companies and this little like David and Goliath, right? This little guy, John Brooks Realty. No one even heard of him. They're beating everybody. You add up everybody's sales of the HUD homes, and it was like John Brooks Realty, John Brooks Realty, Coldwell Banker, John Brooks Realty, John Brooks Realty, Century 21, John Brooks Realty, John Brooks Realty, Lions, John Brooks Realty, John Brooks Realty. Like, who the heck is John Bucks Realty? They figured something out. Success leaves clues. So my reticular activator is up. I'm like, I actually thought about quitting Remax and hunting that company down and going to work for them because, man, they got a system. They figured something out. I'm going to go work for them. I'm at a 100% company. I pay $1,000 a month to Remax. I get 100% of my check. I like that deal, but I'm going to go work for John. I don't care if it's on a 50-50. I'm going to go learn what they know and then do what they do. Write that down. I'm going to go learn what they know, then do what they do. I've copied models. And so one day, and had been thinking that way for a year, but I didn't take action. And then one day I'm driving down the road and I see this giant sign. It's like 5 feet tall, 3 feet wide, you know, open house this way, free list of area homes, no name, no company, didn't say John Bucks Realty. And they were huge and they were like orange and homemade, freaking hokey. And it's like bam, 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 bam. I've never seen so many open house signs. It was like, you ever go drive through the country and you see a fruit stand and it says apples, pears, oranges, strawberries, mangoes, and you're like, watermelon, 3 cents a pound. You're like, I want a watermelon. And all of a sudden you're like, you weren't thinking about fruit. Like, let's turn in and grab some apples. Let's buy a case of strawberries for the kids. Kathy's dying. She's like, what does this got to do with open houses? That's everything to do with open houses. See, the little fruit stand guys are genius marketers. They get you salivating. Fuji apples, red ripe strawberries. All of a sudden, man, I gotta get me some of those. They get your attention because you're driving, you have a million things on your mind. Boom, 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 boom. Sometimes for a half a mile, they run these signs. What do we do as agents? Got my Century 21 sign, my EXP sign at the corner. But we're going 50 miles an hour through that intersection. Who turns around? Especially men. We don't like to make U-turns ever. I'll drive to Arizona so I don't have to turn around. And so anyways, that's just weird. I get to the corner. They have a sign with a Remax or Coldwell Banker. There's blue and white balloons, and you kind of turn in if you're making a turn or you're going slow enough. And like, oh, there's an open house. I go check it out. They had 2 huge signs at the corner. The other corner, 2 huge signs. The other corner, well, I'm talking 5 feet tall, 4 feet wide, made out of PCV pipe. They don't look like normal real estate signs. 2 at the other corner and 2 at the other corner. They had 8. They had more signs at one corner than most people use for an entire open house. 8 of them. Open house this way, big, huge arrows this way. Everywhere you couldn't miss the signs. And then the key. Did I say key? Free list of area homes. If you've ever done an open house, you see people pull up, drive slow, go, oh, it's a 2-story. I got a bad knee. Drive away. Oh, it's English tutor. I hate English tutor. Drive away. Oh, it's modern. I hate modern. Drive away. Oh, it's the big bushes. The landscape looks like hell. Drive away. You're not even getting a chance. Keep in mind, free list of area homes. Now, they got Zillow. They got Redfin. It's magic. It's like honey to a bee. Real buyers, I want a list of homes in the area. It's just all right here. I don't have to go look online and people, they come in for that. And so I get there and then it was like buried, just a turn, but it's well marked. I didn't miss any signs. And they must have had 30 signs out. I never seen an open house that had 30 signs. By the way, I copied them years later. I'd run them for miles. I would do out in Antelope. Antelope's like 5 miles off of Highway 80. I'd start at the off ramp on Highway 80 and run them for miles straight. I had people drive 10 minutes just to get to my open house. They're like, we just wanted to meet you. You're insane. I go, I know. It's awesome, but you're here. And they would laugh. And see, but I would have 50 to 100 people at my open house. 50 to 100. Well, not where we live. Move. Who said you're a freaking tree? Move. I moved from Chico 100 miles south to Sacramento. My income exploded. It went from 100,000 a year to almost 4 million. Move. Okay, sorry. I can't imagine if I had a cup of coffee this morning. It's like crazy. Anyway, so freaking move. All right, enough said. Put out your 30. They don't allow signs in my area. They don't allow me. They'd steal my signs. We had sign ordinance laws. They'd steal them all the time. And I'd just go somewhere else for a while. Then I'd come back to them for a while. Then the city would come pick them all up. And then I'd go somewhere else for a while. They'd pick them all up. Well, that costs money. I was making millions of dollars. I can afford to lose 10,000 a year on signs. Well, I can't. Well, then fine. Keep doing what you're doing. How do you like what you're doing? Because if you can afford 10 grand, Like that's a popsicle stand. You're in business. Have some capital expenditure. You violated the sign ordinance. Yep. Okay, next question. Anyways, anyways. Okay, so I learned to stay out of certain HOAs. They'll get them every time. I stayed out of HOAs. They won't let you put their signs out. But guess what? I rock and rolled. I put out 30 signs. I get to that listing. There's signs, people everywhere. I couldn't barely park my car at their open house. But you keep doing yours with 5 signs and the red and white balloon. Or maybe you're EXP and you got the blue and the gold balloon because you got EXP colors instead of Coldwell Banker blue and white or Remax red and white. I'm making fun of me because it's ridiculous. The balloons do not mesmerize people and get them to come to your open house. Stop doing the balloons. Anyways, I didn't offer coffee. I didn't have cookies. I didn't have anything at my open house. So I had people. I had 100 people. I had lots of people. Well, that doesn't work where I'm. So you put out 30 signs that said free list of areas signs. You put out big ass huge signs. You did that. Well, no, I didn't do that. So don't tell me it doesn't work where you live. I would come to where you live and I would freaking dominate. Okay. Anyways, well, it must take a while to put out signs. Yeah, in the winter, it's raining. I would literally bring a change of clothes. I'd be soaking wet. I would bungee cord signs to trees. And this seems kind of extreme. Did we sign up for this? Hey, man, live your life. You're in a war if you didn't know, and your kids are counting on you. Your spouse is counting on you. I'm a warrior. You better realize what you're in. If this is your part-time gig, fine, do whatever you're going to do. I'm talking to those of you that realize you're in a war for your family because not having enough money sucks. It really is terrible. It's unacceptable for you not to have groceries for your kids and to be worried about paying the rent. That's not fair to your family. And it's not the interest rate. It's not Trump. It's not Biden. It's not Kamala. It is you. Take full responsibility for you. And so I would put out these 30 signs. It takes an hour. I'd be sopping wet. I'd bring a towel. I'd block the front door and put a sign back in 10 minutes. And I would completely go in their guest bathroom and change and dry off because it was the winter and it was 35 degrees and raining sideways. Nobody did open houses, but I live by my calendar. Everyone write that down. Key salient point, hopefully number 19, if you've been writing stuff down. Live by your calendar. If you have an open house plan and someone invites you to go houseboating, you say no to houseboating. If you have an open house plan and someone invites you to the beach, you say no to the beach. You live by your calendar. Skipping your open house is like skipping the gas station. You will run out of gas. You will suffer. You will walk miles on foot to get a gallon of gas and pay 10 times what you need to pay for that gallon of gas. It's not smart. So I copied John Bucks Realty. I go in there and they're sitting at a freaking card table, and it was winter. They're wearing fur coats. I like something you'd seen from the roaring 20s. They were chain smoking, sitting there, two women, and each had a card table. And they're like, can we help you? It was like Marge. And I'm like, hey, I'm Brent. What's going on here? It's an open house, as you can see, sir. Do you have a question? I go, no, I walked around for a while. There's people upstairs, people in the backyard, the front. It was complete chaos, pandemonium. And I'm like, I've never seen an open house like this. They even had like a used car lot. They had the used car lot flags over the garage door. They're sitting in the garage door at 35 degrees, wearing these fur coats from the 20s, chain smoking. I never even seen anything like this. This is bizarre. And they have these things go, hey, do you want to make an offer on the house? No, like, hi, I'm Jan. What are you looking for? Do you want to buy the house? I'm like, well, how much is it? I go, well, you make an offer. It's at HUD Home. You just make an offer. Like, so I just make an offer. Yeah, here, put it in the box. Here, this box, sign, offer, this box. Well, that doesn't work. I go, what company are you guys? They had no signage. There was nothing. Like, we put EXP on our signs. Keller Williams on it, Sotheby's, Compass, Century 21, Berkshire Hathaway. Are people supposed to come to the open house because it says EXP? This is 21. Waste of sign space. Put something on there consumers actually care about. What's the greatest radio station in the world? WIFM. What's in it for me? Greatest radio station ever of all time worldwide, WIFM, baby. Broadcasting out of every city, every state, every country in the world. When you can explain to the consumer what's in it for them, they'll be interested. And so I would, they would pull up to the two-story and come in like, well, I know it's a two-story. We can't do that because of our hips or we're getting older. We shouldn't buy a two-story. We should buy a single story. But let's go get that. Let's go inside and get that free list of area homes. See what kind of get a feel for what prices are in the area. It works. It works to this day. And so I've been doing this for 30 years. Works great. My agents do it today. And so, and then by the way,
Did you have a sign writer that had the free list of area homes inside or something like that? Did you
no,
have a
it's printed on
sign?
the sign. So where you would see Coldwell Banker or EXP or Remax, remove
Ah,
that.
you had
Remove
it printed.
EXP.
Okay,
Nobody
sign.
cares what company you work for. They don't.
Yeah.
And then, is it legal? I don't know. Whatever. Put if you want, if it makes you feel better, fine print at the bottom. Put Coldwell Banker, Remax, EXP, and the broker's numbers. And certainly don't go getting yourself in trouble with the brokerage. I've done it for 30 years with no name, never been a problem. If you get in trouble, I'd add that to the sign. If you're worried about it, just add it at the bottom, fine print, right? You ever see something, the fine print, just put whatever your brokerage you're with in the broker's number and boom, there you go. And so, anyways, where was I? So I'm like, she goes, we're John Brooks Realty. I went, just instantly, it was like a lightning bolt shot through my body. Are you kidding me? I get it. I instantly got it. The key was the signs. Nobody puts out 30 signs, big ass, ugly signs, homemade. The arrows were made on pink poster board. They hand drew the big black arrow. They scribbled it in. And then sometimes they'd ran it and they would bleed a little bit. It looked like a horror film. And they were kicking everybody's bottom. I'm like, OMG. So I made waterproof signs that wouldn't bleed. Straights. I had like 20 straights. I could run them for miles. As far as you could see, another half mile down the road, there it is. Giant orange sign. Giant. Ugly as sin. Keep going. They drive. Oh, I'll go up. Oh, keep going straight. Miles they drive. And then I turn them in. Now you want to be closer to big things. You don't have to do that. But I'm just saying I'm not crazy. So what that is if 3 people come to your open house, you swing the bat 3 times and you have a 10% conversion rate, you don't even get one. It takes 10 to get one. 20%, you better have, if you want 2 leads, you better have 10 people come. What if you had a 20% conversion rate and you had 100 people come? Now you have 20 leads. By the way, on one rainy day, well, rain was coming sideways. I had to change my clothes, middle of winter, towel off, fix my hair. In 3 hours, I convinced 37 strangers to fill out a little 5x7 application that could buy them any home they wanted, darn near, pay attention to the words, for no money down, no closing costs, and no payment for the first 2 months. I would come into your town today, I don't care where you live, I would offer no payment for the first 2 months, no closing costs, we get the seller to pay it. What if they don't? Then we don't buy the house. No closing costs and no down payment, 100% financing. They don't have that. Yeah, it's called USDA. They have financing. It's the federal government, 100% financing nationwide. It's also called VA. There's different things. You have to qualify for it. So if you fill out this form, you can get a beautiful home like this. Just take 1 minute, little 5x7 form, and on breakcove.com is the form. I don't sell anything. I'm not a coach. I have nothing to offer you. I'm just here today doing this. There's nothing to buy on my website. You go to brentcove.com, go to buyer training, go to my mega open house program, where I don't go crazy about co-sponsoring and actually talk nothing but open houses and actually train on this. And I show you my 5x7 application. I give it to you in a PDF, and you can just take EXP off and put Coldwell Banker on. You can take Remax off and put Berkshire Hathaway on. You can literally just alter it. I wouldn't alter it much, but it's got name, address. And so that day, before I tell you what's on the form, it looks like it takes 1 minute to fill out like a raffle. It's like 60 seconds. I convinced 37 people on that rainy day in 3.5 hours to give me their private social security numbers. If you're not collecting social security numbers at open houses, I really don't know what you're doing at open houses. Why are you collecting social security numbers? Oh, so I could run the credit. It was a Sunday. On Monday morning, we ran 37 buyers' social security numbers. We ran their credit. 19 had great credit. I called 19 back and said, Chris Harris, congratulations. And I ask them, how much could they buy? Well, okay. And on the form, when you go to brinkov.com, you download the PDF. Andy Hollis is already doing it. I can see he's looking at down. He's already downloading the form. On the form, it says name, address, annual income. Do you pay alimony or child support? Important thing to know. What is your occupation? And sign here and in fine print, authorization to run credit. And I would give it to my approval department. I don't give it to Guild or Success Lending or Chase Mortgage or, whatever mortgage company we're. It's my approval department because I choose my approval department. So whoever mortgage broker you work with, that's your approval department. And I called him back and said, Jonathan Plummer, congratulations. You're approved to buy a home up to $600,000. I got you approved, baby. I'm not letting my mortgage broker be that hero. I'm the hero. I was there on a rainy day. I'm the one who had to change clothes. I put out signs for an hour with bungee cords because the wind would blow them away. And I got 19 approved buyers. Now, what happened to the other 17? Or I go, well, they had bad credit. You ever talk to your lender, you haven't run credit? You're like, oh my God, these people, we've never seen, we had the whole office and we had a good laugh. We've never seen a 380 FICO score in our life. We laughed and laughed. I mean, these guys couldn't buy a jar of peanut butter. But did they tell you they went bankrupt last week? It's going to be 5 years. I'm like, well, they didn't mention that. Go, yeah. Quit bringing me garbage like that. I'm going to have to start charging you to run these credit reports. I've had mortgage brokers say this to me. And I'm like, whoa, time out. Okay, they had a bank repo. They had a foreclosure on their car, or bank repo on their car, foreclosure on their house 2 years ago. If you massage them and work with them and help their credit report, put them into shape, how long till they can buy again? And they can buy again in 2 years. So I'd say, hey, Andy Hollis, congratulations. You're approved to buy a house in 2 years. See the difference? Oh, sorry, Andy, you have a bank repo. You had your car repossessed. Yeah, call me in a couple of years when you get your act together. I used to do that because I didn't know better. Andy, all 37 got approved, 19 immediately. The other ones, I said, well, when? They go, actually, if I really work with them, about 8 months, they could buy. I'd say Andy Hollis, Jim Buxton, Gayleen Preston, Tim Hollenden, Tracy Boss Moves Wiggins. Tracy Wiggins, you're approved to buy a home in 5 months. Apparently, you had a student loan a few years back that gave you some real trouble, and it's still kind of lingering, but I don't know if you're like me, but like, how do you deal with your credit report? So my approval department, my lender, my chief senior lender, Kathy Carter, she's amazing. This woman in Nashville, there isn't a better lender in all of Nashville, in all of Austin, in all of Scottsdale, in all of Tampa, Florida. There's nobody better than Kathy Carter. She's an absolute expert at massaging credit reports. Tracy Wiggins, the boss moves Wiggins. Would you like some help? Would you like some help massaging? And so you can actually buy a home in 5 months, a beautiful home like this? Yes. I approved all of them. Everybody's approved. What if they went bankrupt last week? You're approved in 5 years. Congratulations. You can buy, in fact, you have a great income. You can buy up to $1 million or whatever it is, up to $250,000. So I approved them all. So the reason they would give me a social security number is because they didn't ask for it. I said, I have a special program that I offer. All of you can offer it, but you guys don't make it sound special. Well, there's zero down financing. Write this stuff down. I have a special program that I offer. I'm one of the only agents that actually knows about this program. I'm rare air. I'm not a dime a dozen. And I can help you get a beautiful home like this. Nothing out of pocket. No closing costs. And no payment for your first 2 months. Now, Chris Harris, did you know that the average net worth of a renter is $10,000 and the average net worth of a homeowner is $356,000? It's 35 times that of a renter. Are you ready to own your own home? Your kids can play in the backyard. You can paint a wall. You can remodel a bathroom. You can have some pride. Would you like that, Chris? Yeah, man, I'd like that. Here, take 1 minute. I don't have a pen and take 1 minute, fill this out. I will call you Monday, Chris, with your approval. And I do, I approve him no matter what. He could have a 380 FICO. How long? I'm like, man, this guy's a mess. 3 years. I'm like, Chris, you're approved in 3 years, baby. Well, whoops, 3 years, Chris. You're approved in 3 years. But you had some issues. I got divorced 2 years ago. My credit's just a mess. I go, well, look, Kathy Carter, she's the chief senior loan officer of my approval department. I don't give names. No, it gets names. I don't even hand out business cards. I mean, I have to look for them. You stop handing out business cards. Nobody's going to call you back. You better be compelling enough to get their cell phone number. So I go, Chris, I'll have Kathy call you tomorrow, and or later today, and make an appointment with her. If you'll work with her, I will have you in a beautiful home like this in 36 months. Chris, did the last 36 months just fly by? Oh yeah. And the next 36 months will fly by. But the difference is you're going to be able to buy a home and have pride of ownership. And your family will be proud of you. Your kids will be proud of you. And I'm going to stick with you, Chris. Can I introduce you to Kathy? Yeah. In fact, you know what? Let's just do this right now. I'm gonna go ahead and FaceTime Kathy right now. And she's gonna pick up the phone. I just want to put a face with the name so you can meet. Kathy, go ahead and answer that, please. Please answer that, Kathy. Oh, look who I got right there. There's Kathy. See her? See how easy that was? I'm FaceTiming her on the Zoom. Put your face in the phone. Don't look at me. Look at the phone. We want to see your face. Smile. There's my awesome lender. Kathy, meet Chris Harris. Chris, meet Kathy. This is the one who walks on water like Jesus. I mean, this woman is amazing. Okay, we can hang up. I constantly call my lender at the open house because right now Kathy's not so scary. Oh, she seemed nice. I go, Kathy, Chris, your lenders love it. Buyer, 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 buyer. She's like, oh, really? Like, I need a net to get them all in. And so guess what? People give me their social security. I don't ask for it because what I'm saying is compelling. And by the way, Chris, if you were to go rent a home in the spring, you have to pay first, last, and security deposit for the dogs, right? Yeah. What do you think if you were to go rent a home? I'm going to show you how this works, Chris. What would the rent be? Chris, unmute yourself. We're going to role play. What would the rent be for a nice, say, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single-story home in your area? What do rents go for a month?
Probably about 1,800.
Okay. What were they 10 years ago?
Oh, about 700 probably, maybe 12.
Yep. So I would say they've doubled in the last 10 years. So
Yeah.
10 years now, that 1,800, Chris, probably double again. It'll be about 3,600 a month. Chris, do you want to be paying 3,600 a month rent in 10 more years?
No, sir.
See, ask questions, give them actual examples. I didn't pick the 1,800, he did, right? Chris, what was that rent? He had said 1,400. What was it 10 years ago? Probably 700. Wow, it's doubled. So in 10 more years, it's going to double from 1,400 to 2,800. Chris, do you want to pay 2,800? Now, hopefully you guys are recording this. I think I saw Kathy at the record, but you can watch it again and again. Just edit the first part with bananas about co-sponsoring. I'm very excited. It's her fault. She asked me. Totally her fault. I'll blame her.
Actually, that was great, but yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm just teasing you. I'm teasing you. You got to know me. I'm a teaser. Okay. So they fill out these applications and they go, yeah, I want to qualify to buy a home. I go, now first, last, security deposit. So if it's 1,800 times 2, first, last, that's $3,600 to rent a house. And then maybe $800 for the dog. Someone's not muted, by the way. Then $800 for the dog, security deposit for a pet. So 36 plus 8 is $4,400 is what it's going to cost. And maybe you compete with 10 other families for that house. Your odds are 1 in 10 of getting it. Okay. And then, by the way, what do you pay that, right? Month 1. And then 30 days later, what do you have to do at the first of the next month, Chris? Chris, what do you have to do next month on the first, Chris? Tell me.
I'll pay rent.
Oh, you got to pay rent again, another 1,800. So let's add 1,800 to the 4,400. Now you're 5,400 plus the 8 is $6,200 is what you're going to pay in the next 30 days out of your pocket to run an $1,800. You're going to pay $6,200. Now, Chris, what I'm going to do, and by the way, congratulations. You had a 500 and you had a 660 FICO score. You can get a home loan for that. Great, congratulations. I don't tell them it's low. It's on the low. It is on the low side. Great, congratulations, Chris. You can totally do this. So you're approved to buy a home today. I can help you find a beautiful home like this, with a view of Dallas Airport. I'm here in Dallas. There's the terminal there. Beautiful view of the airport here, and ocean view, river view, lake view. And I can help you get into this home this weekend. I can hand you the keys in 10 days. See, I work with lenders who do loans fast. This is not 30 years ago when it took 30 days. Every offer you write should be 10 days. You write 30 day, I write 10. I get the listing agent paid in 10. I get the seller's proceeds in 10. Who would you pick? 30 days, all things being equal. $400,000 full price offer, $400,000 for less price. Close in 30, close in 10. Who would you pick? I got my money in 10 days. I'm going to go with this one. So why are you doing 30? Well, my lender's not that good. That can't get a new lender. Open houses don't work where I live. Move. Remember, you're not stuck with the lender. You're not stuck living where you live. Man, do something. I had a friend in Detroit dying. He was dying in 2005. Market just crashed. He's like, I gotta do something. And his relative from Tampa called, you should move to Tampa. Any fool out here can make 100,000 a year. Like fools are making 100,000 a year. Come to Florida. He did. He's a multimillionaire today. Move. If you're in an economically depressed area, move. Well, I love my friends. I love my community. Yeah. How are your kids doing? Oh, they're suffering. They're in public schools. They're being taught how to different things I don't believe in politically or whatever. They're being taught things. They're being educated sexually, not by me and their mom, but by the school. I don't agree with that, no matter what your beliefs are. I don't believe with that. But you have them. What do you have in there? Well, I can't afford. Oh, because you value your community, your bowling league, your softball league, and you grew up there and all your friends from high school, that your kids suffer in public schools that are horrific. I won't get political, but man, I hope they shut down the federal education board. Okay, stop. Okay, moving on. So here's the deal. You can do this. And so, Chris, I'm going to help you move into a home. We're going to close in 10 days. I'm going to hand you the keys in 10 days. Now, if they live there, we're going to have to probably give them 30 days to move out. And we're not going to charge them rent. You're buying your dream home here. But by the way, Chris, when we close, I'm going to role play with you, Chris. Chris, unmute yourself. How long have you been a real estate agent?
About 5 years.
Okay, so Chris, we close on the 12th of, what month am I in? I'm in.
We're in February.
We close on I find you home, we close on the 12th of March. I hand you the keys March 12th. When's your first mortgage payment, Chris?
Probably in April.
Nope, May.
May?
It's
May. Okay.
May. If you close after the 10th of the month, you guys get to sell on payment. What does every department store do? Oh, this couch is $39 a month. This was 57 a month. In fact, at the furniture store, you don't have to make a payment for half a year. We'll start your payments this summer. Enjoy your couches. Enjoy your big king size bed. Sell on payment. People are like, you're kidding me. I can have the keys on the 12th of March and not make a payment till May 1st. Now work with your loan officer and make sure they tee it up that way. Sometimes they can screw it up and make it April 1st. So you want to tell you, I always want the payment extended out to May 1st. You think, well, that's not 60 days. You said 2 months, Brent. Oh, I did. Payments are not.
I love how he makes everybody say, hey, they're qualified for a house. Congratulations, you qualified in 3 years or 5 years or 8 months. I mean, because what are most conversations with people when they can't qualify for a house right now? Like, he's making everybody feel good, even if it's down the road. Who does that? I've never heard anybody talk about that or do that. So, and the key with him is, obviously you can see passion. Everything he does is passion. His open houses, when he's talking about the co-sponsoring in the beginning, I mean, it's the passion. And at the end of the day, that's what sells for people. And so for some of us on here, maybe it's really what the message of the day is how passionate are you showing up when you're talking to your clients, right? What kind of energy level are you stepping into as you're having conversations with your people? I love the idea of literally just getting them on FaceTime, how he did with me, putting the face to the name, making that introduction, really just edifying your lender to the nth degree. And they're automatically becoming comfortable. I guarantee can get you qualified for a house. You're not telling them today, right? But at the end of that conversation with the lender, hey, congratulations, you're, approved in a year to buy a house, or, it may not be today or tomorrow, but yeah, I love that. And then the must-see free homes in your area. That's, what's the purpose of this message? So Nino,
I have to go buy on the signs.
Yeah. So the purpose is to have a list of other homes in the area, because the truth of the matter is, I don't know, the stats probably 1% to 2% of the homes that actual house sells. So you want to have a list of homes at your fingertips when people come in. And if that's not the house for them, well, that's great. I've got multiple others. Here's a list of them. I wouldn't just give it out. Oh, Brent's come back. I wouldn't just give it out willy-nilly. But, have that as bait to be able to, connect with them. There you are. We're just talking about all the nuggets and all the different nuggets that you had dropped about that,
Yeah.
And number one, the passion, the energy, no matter what, that's what sells. I mean, you could be selling that old saying, you could be selling ice to an Eskimo, Brent, and people are buying all day, every day.
I wasn't always like this. You make a decision to put energy into what you're doing, man. And so get up and exercise every day, period, whether you want to lose weight or not. Exercise is great for energy. It creates endorphins. I know we have 3 minutes left, so I'll say this entire presentation, I spent 90 minutes on it. I drilled deep. I did it at the Placer County Board of Realtors, where I live in Northern California. I usually get 25 people like clockwork every Friday. They had 250 people showing up on the internet. I was going to teach my open house strategy because I am known for it in my town. 250 people showed up. It's there at brentgove.com under buyer trading. Click on buyer trading, mega open houses. You can watch 90 minutes again and again and again until you kind of get it. And then I'd watch it 10 times. Like pretend you're getting a PhD in open houses. If I were to start over, I'd fly anywhere, Fargo, North Dakota, or South Dakota, wherever Fargo is, and I'd order 30 signs, and it'll cost you $2,000 or $3,000. This is not a paper route. This is a business. Make a cap. Or if you open a restaurant, spend a lot more than that. So make the cap. Get the signs. You're not a child. You're a lawn mowing company. You're going to buy a lawnmower, a weed eater, a blower, a truck, a pickup truck, trash cans, bags. You spend 10 grand cutting lawns. Them lawn mowers and them window wash guys do 10, 20 grand. You can too. And so get your signs and then show up in energy, man. Pray before you start, launch, be passionate. People are attracted to passion. You can't fake authenticity. So watch that. My paperwork is there. How the little 5x7 sheet, give it to your lender. They'll run the credit and they call back. Congratulations, you're approved, either immediately or in 6 months, 16 months, 5 years, whatever it is. And here's what you're approved. You're approved at 400,000, 300,000, 1.4 million. I says, once you get whipped into shape based upon their income and what you're seeing there, oh yeah, they can probably buy for 800,000. Congratulations, you're approved at 800,000 in 4 years. So I'm glad to give you some stuff to think about. And go ahead, Kathy, back to you.
I was going to say real quick, the link to your training in there. But I'm going to give you 1 more minute to just go completely crazy about why they should be in Cabo.
Oh my gosh. Well, people are very more mature there. They're not nuts like me, but you will love it. We have 1,100 of the biggest superstars in this company coming in. We sold out the hotel in January, but the hotel 1 block away, the Hyatt Place, with the Hyatt Ziva, it's $550 a night. The Hyatt Place is $120 a night. It's brand new. People stayed there last year because we sold the hotel out last year. Go to Cabo25.com. Type in the chat somebody, Cabo25.com. Get a room at the Hyatt Place for $120 a night. You do have to buy one of these. See if I can put this here. You have to buy a little wristband and to access the Hyatt Ziva because it's all inclusive. They have five-star restaurants, beaches, pools, spas. It is awesome. But they will not let you. It's not our rules. The Hyatt Ziva will let you set foot on the property without that. That is $150 a day. So you have the $150, but it's all your food, all your meals, all your beverages, everything. Fully all-inclusive class vacation. It's 3-day event, March 11th through the 14th. You can fly out on the 14th and on the 11th. Now it goes to the 16th, but it's over at 12:30 on the 14th. So you can catch a 4 or 5 o'clock flight home on the 14th if time is of the essence. If not, stay with us. We're all having a play day on the 15th, or we're flying home on the 16th. Go marlin fishing. Let's golf together. Let's hang out at the beach. But Ed Milet's going to be there. Tom Ferry's going to be there. Pace Morby's going to be there. Gary Brecka's going to be there. John and Chelsea Jubilee. If anybody knows Jubilees, I just talked to them this weekend. They're flying out. The Jubilees are going to be there. Amazing couple. And so many cool people. I had Tony Robbins there in the past. So don't miss it. It's the event of the year. When is the next one? Next year. Don't wait a year. Get on a plane. Figure it out. But it's March 11th to 16th. I promise you, come. It'll change your life. We have speaker after speaker after speaker. I'm not even speaking this year. First time ever. Gene Frederick is not speaking. We have so many powerful men and women going to kill it on how to sell more homes. 60% of it to 70% is selling more homes. 30%, maybe 40, 30% is on agent attraction. There's both. It's over at 12:30 every day. So you can go to the beach and the pool and actually have a vacation. 80 degrees, palm trees, blue sky. Come out to Cabo. It will change your life. I'm telling you, Success Leads Blues, the power of association. You'll meet somebody at the pool selling 500 homes a year. You meet somebody at the pool who sold 60 homes this year, but it was their first year. And you've been doing it 5 years, 3 years. You're like, what's wrong with me? You ask them what they're doing. You're going to learn. They're going to share with you. Come to Cabo. Staying home changes nothing.